Hi, my name is Danny Alvarado. I'm a technical support analyst here at IssueTrack, and today we're going to be walking you through setting up your incoming email using your Office 365 integration via a Azure app registration. So one of the reasons we're doing this is because recently Microsoft has deprecated basic authentication for their Office 365 tenants back in October. So you had a chance to either extend it for a couple weeks or extend it till the end of the year, and you might find yourself in a situation where currently your incoming email isn't working. Or if you're like us, you're just trying to get ahead of the curve and get it set up so that when it does happen and Microsoft does put their foot down and say, hey, we're cutting it out, you can go ahead and be ready for when that happens and you won't experience any interruptions. It's a pretty simple process, and all the steps that I'm going to be following are going to be in the description below. Please feel free to go down there, follow the steps along, because those are the ones that I'm going to be following to set this up too. Let's get started. All right, so as you can see here, I've got my demo set all set up, and if we go to our gear icon here at the top right, and under email, we go to incoming email. You can see here we have our inbox, and generally we'll see that it's got something set up kind of like this, POP3 connection to your mail server, and your account ID, and the password would be saved. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're actually going to jump over straight to Microsoft Azure. So you can access this by going to portal.azure.com and logging in using your credentials. If you don't have the access to this, your Microsoft email administrator should have access to this. Go ahead and reach out to them to follow these steps too. All right, so first things first, we're going to go to app registrations, and we're going to click here at the top left at new registration. And just for keeping it simple, let's call this Danny IssueTrack email. And we'll click on register. These settings can stay the same. Cool, and there's a couple things here that we're going to want to grab. The client ID and the tenant ID are going to be the ones that we're going to want to grab. So I'll grab the tenant ID first, and you'll copy that and paste it off in a notepad somewhere. And label it. And then the client ID will do the same thing. Paste it somewhere else. And label it, make sure. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and go to certificates and secrets. And what we're going to go ahead and do is click on new client secret here. And we're going to call this, for simplicity's sake, IssueTrack email. And you have an option to set this up to 24 months. So your company makes the decision as far as that goes. We usually go by the recommended, so I'll keep it at 6 months. And we'll click on add. All right, and so here what we're going to want to grab is the client value, client secret value. The secret ID is going to be available to us at all times, but this secret value is actually only going to be shown one time, and this is the one time. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste it somewhere else so that we can grab it later. And again, the value is what we want here, not the secret ID. The secret ID we can access at any point in time, and this value, it's actually the client secret that we need to grab. So. All right, so let's go ahead down to API permissions, and we're going to click here where it says add a permission, and we're going to click on Microsoft Graph. We're going to click on application permissions, and we're going to scroll down to mail. Okay, here in mail, we're going to do read, writes, and send. And then under users, we're going to do read all. And we're going to click on add permissions here at the bottom. All right, so this is where you're going to need admin permission to go ahead and grant consent for the project, or you're going to have to ask an admin to grant consent for you. This is what it's going to look like when permission hasn't been granted. It's going to look like a little triangle with an information button on it, and it says not granted for, and then the project. So I'm going to flash a picture of what it looks like when permission has been granted. It's going to look like this. Awesome. Okay, so once you have that set up and this is granted permission and you're good to go, you can actually go back to IssueTrack. And the next steps we're going to go through are for versions 5.2 and newer. So if you have 5.1 or 5.0, you can actually go ahead and skip to this timestamp right here. and you'll be able to continue following the steps. But for those of us who are on 15.2 and newer, we're going to go to the gear icon, and under integrations, we're going to click on Office 365 applications, and we're going to click add new. And for simplicity's sake, let's call this Danny issue track email. I usually try to keep the same thing as what I have the app registration in Azure. Cloud type is going to be public unless you are with the Chinese, German, or US government, in which you'd be using one of these options here. But for the rest of us, we'll be using public. So for your tenant ID, we're going to go ahead and grab that tenant ID that we grabbed earlier, grab it from your notepad, and paste it. And make sure that there's no extra spaces like the one right here. We go ahead and remove that. Make sure that there are no extra spaces before or after. Same thing with the client ID. We're going to grab that. We're going to paste it. And again, no extra spaces before or after. And last but not least, we're going to grab that client secret, which is that secret value that we grabbed earlier. We're going to make sure that there are no spaces before or after that value. Okay. Wonderful. So once this is done, you would click on save, and here you have your new Office 365 application. So now what we can do is go either using this bottom quick link to incoming email, or we can go to the gear icon and click incoming email under email. We can go back to our email mailbox and change the server type from POP or IMAP or Exchange to Office 365. And you can select the application that we just created, in this case, Danny Issue Track Email. You can change your account email to fill out based on what you have here. And you can go ahead and fill out your from name or your return address if needed, and then you would hit update mailbox. So we should have all your information set up properly. So let's go ahead and test it. We're going to go ahead and click test connection, and this is what it's going to look like when it's set up properly and everything should be working normally. Okay, and this is what the error message would look like if you had a issue with privileges. You can go back to the app registration and check your permissions. And if you have an issue where there's an error message pointing to the fact that there is no connection being established, go ahead and give us a call here at support. We can walk you through the process of troubleshooting what's going on between the connection with your issue track instance and your Office 365 application. So that's really it. Once you've got that set up, your incoming email is good to go. For those of us in 15.5 or newer, you can actually access your outgoing email using the same thing, using an Office 365 application, and you can switch it over to the application as well. And you can actually set this up by hitting your update button there. All right, and that should be it. And so if you have any issues going through this process, or you have any questions or need some further clarification on what to do with these steps, again, you are more than welcome to reach out to us via the steps below. You can call us at our phone number for our support line, which is 757-213-1351, or you can email us at support@issuetrack.com. And again, if you have any issues or have any questions, you're more than welcome to give us a call, and we'll be happy to help you out. And as always, happy tracking.